So, it is being reported that LeBron James is fleeing the country. I made my video on LeBron James. Well, fleeing America. I live in Canada. I'm not in the same country, same continent. Wish my province was a part of the States at this point. But that's another topic for another day. So, this Diddy situation is the biggest headline we have right now. The United Healthcare thing, obviously, that's a big situation. But this Diddy case, we've had Ellen move to the UK, who was really close with Diddy. Well, when Leonardo DiCaprio has fled to Italy, who we heard reports over the years that he was in two younger women, and P Diddy most famously said Leonardo DiCaprio was the first one to be invited to all these things. Now, no other than the one, the only, Alex Jones is reporting on this. Now, you can say what you want about Alex Jones. However, the guy has been proven right a lot. And I'm just going to show this clip. Again, I waited to watch this full clip because I want to show you my live interaction. So if I think it's real, I'll tell you. If I think it's bullshit, you're getting my honest opinion here. Is this gonna work? I don't think I can full screen it. Yeah, no. Fuck it. We're just gonna watch it from here.
LeBron James famously said there's no party like a P Diddy party.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
As most of you know, I was the first person more than 15 years ago to begin to expose Jeffrey Epstein and his connections to...
This is true. Again, the whole, I don't even think it's a conspiracy at this point. Diddy kind of proved it over the phone. Pizzagate, right? Now I say that, this video will probably get deranked. Pizzagate was the theory, basically, that the elites and the celebrities were using pizza parlors to traffic young women, right? And when this theory was going around years ago, the mainstream media downplayed it, the left wing downplayed it, and it was mainly the right wing that were asking questions. And like I said, now that Diddy said over the phone, get rid of the pizza boxes, kind of looks like there's a bit of truth to that. Anyways.
CIA child trafficking operations where pedophilia is used to blackmail and control leaders of industry, academia, scientists, government, big tech, you name it. And since then, more and more has come out, even in mainstream news, about how different government officials and different intelligence agencies, including the CIA, have been using pedophile networks to control governments across our planet. Now, we've now learned about P. Diddy and all of his out-of-control sex parties and the evidence mounting that there were a lot of underage people at those as well, and they were secretly videotaping it to then blackmail people in the entertainment industry. And you have a lot of the same shadowy figures behind Jeffrey Epstein, also behind P. Diddy. You've got P. Diddy being a big Democrat. And so clearly there's a...
Okay, so you just got Kevin Hart. There's a lot of stuff coming out about Kevin Hart. I really want to make a video on him. And I used to be a fan of Kevin Hart. I wouldn't say I'm a fan anymore. He was videotaping one of the Diddy parties, and like, I'm really sure you guys have seen the clip. A girl with her hair on fire on a candle in a bathtub. So, I'm gonna have to work into that more. Obviously, I don't want to share information without, do my due diligence, as Tony Buzzy said, which is another topic that's getting really interesting. I will make a video on that probably soon. Obviously, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, which Merry Christmas, everyone. So I probably won't be recording tomorrow or the next day for obvious reasons. But, yeah, watch out for that video coming soon. Again, we don't have UFC for another 3 weeks, I think. Fuck's sakes, man.
Serious issue going on there, and P Diddy is in prison awaiting trial right now. The only question is, will he supposedly hang himself like Jeffrey Epstein? Because there's 3 things that don't hang themselves.
I genuinely do not believe that's dating in prison, by the way. If you looked at the mugshot, he was missing the, the mole that Diddy has under his eye. But, I don't know. Again, if you guys don't know, this is stemming from a lawsuit that was dropped in January against Diageo, which is owned by BlackRock. And BlackRock, if you don't know, is one of the most powerful organizations in the world. They control every bit of media, any industry. They have a controlling percentage. Anyways.
Themselves, drywall, Christmas tree lights, and Jeffrey Epstein. Now, LeBron James famously said there's no party like a P Diddy party. And now when he goes out in public, people bring it up to him, and he gets very, very upset.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Bron, we know you was at them Diddy parties, nigga. We know you was there. We know you was at them Diddy parties.
Other folks, that claim they have information, say that he is definitely a bad guy.
From everything that I've read, if these allegations are true, there truly is no party like a Diddy party. Because I don't know any party. I've been to a lot of parties in my youth. Never did we have like pink cocaine in bottles and like thousands of bottles of baby oil and people that were sleeping with each other. We just did not. So it could be just factually a true statement to say that there ain't no party like a Diddy party. Now let me show you this clip of him partying with Diddy dancing to a Migos song. Take a listen.
I got a Richie that sit on my lap, and sometimes I always be pulling the blade. After no earth, ever since I got that rocket chain that took the trip out of space. All the same bird, I'm on my tongue, and they ain't cool, but they ain't hate. I'm on my work, so I'm just running the purse, and keep with my little gay. Madison Church, when they see every diamonds and stones in my Jesus' face. I ain't got a run, it's not a race.
Well, it looks like he's having a really good time. It looks like he's had a lot of time with Diddy. They've been friends for...
Oh, shit.
As most of you out of hang themselves.
Bron, Diddy party.
Like thousands of bottles. Right.
I'm going to start this off, since I'm the man of the hour, the man of the show. I want to ask LeBron, what does he mean by there's no party like a Diddy party? I truly want to know. And not only that.
Okay, you guys know I'm an MMA YouTuber mainly. I really fucking hope no UFC fighters go down. Adesanya said on the Joe Rogan podcast that Diddy's tried to get in contact with him, but he never did. And he said that God saved him there, which I believe that too. Anyways, let's listen to none other than Colby Chaos himself.
LeBron, how many Diddy parties have you actually been to? I'm really curious to know. And is that the reason you left social media? Because all the backlash you were getting for going to so many Diddy parties? It's just pathetic, man. People think this guy's a role model. He wants to defund the police, the most patriot people of America, serving and protecting our country. LeBron, you're a fucking scumbag, and I hope you get locked up in the same cell with Diddy.
I don't know if LeBron James has been involved in anything unethical or illegal. But what I can tell you is that a lot of Hollywood people that have been connected to P Diddy, Epstein, and others have been leaving the United States in droves. Many of them have been claiming it's because President Trump's coming back into office. But a lot of the researchers and experts looking at these networks that emanate out of the intelligence agencies in Hollywood as one of its other, well-known, for lack of a better term, headquarters or motherships, were predicting that we would see this mass exodus. So I got a call last week from one of my sources saying that he'd heard from other good sources that LeBron James had, of course, taken this leave of absence from the Lakers for a while, just recently returned to break some records, and that he reportedly was thinking of...
I didn't know he returned again. I was more into basketball, like when Kobe was around, Lakers. I do like, I know they're the bandwagon. I do respect the Warriors and what they did. But I'm more of a hockey, MMA, NFL guy, so I don't have this allegiance to LeBron James, and maybe some of you have, and I'm not knocking you for it. But, yeah.
About leaving the country. Then this morning, I talked to a very trusted source I know, and I'm not going to give up the specifics because it'll, obviously expose to LeBron James who we're talking about. But this piece of information has not hit the news yet. So last year, LeBron James sold his $18.5 million mansion in Miami. But in the last 2 weeks, according to my sources, he has sold his $20 million mansion inside some of these, this very elite giant condo estate system. And I looked it up, and reportedly they're saying some prominent people have sold there, but they're not saying it's LeBron James. Now, according to my second source, LeBron James said in front of these individuals that he was moving to Europe and that maybe he would play basketball over in the European leagues. So I am not saying this is...
I do not think... Yeah, I kind of have a theory that the NBA and the Lakers might have been involved with him taking his leave of absence. I know it was because he was playing like shit apparently. But, like I said before, it's awfully convenient that, I just said his name, Leonardo DiCaprio moved to Italy, which has no extradition laws, basically meaning, I don't know if I said the right word there, if he gets charged for a crime in the U.S., Italy doesn't have a law where they immediately need to send them over. However, there is a possibility they would, again.
100% because of the P Diddy, but at the same time, it certainly needs to be investigated by other investigative journalists and others, and it's something to watch because when you see the history of him and P Diddy, it looks mighty suspicious. So, the House of Cards is coming down. We know the Democratic Party and other leftist parties around the world are heavily involved in pedophilia. We know you can't swing a stick in the dark in Hollywood or the music industry and not run into Satanism and pedophilia. I mean, hell, they're even promoting it openly. So I'm really sad if this is the case, but what I do know is LeBron James has made famous comments about he doesn't care about Uyghurs, he doesn't care about China enslaving political dissidents, then he only thinks about himself. So he is a...
I mean, no shit. Yeah, we all know these woke celebrities. God, I hate that word. You know, they pander. Again, BLM, I agree with the messaging. Definitely not the organization. BLM stole billions of dollars that should have went to black people, but instead went to the Democratic Party, which at the time, Joe Biden was the president, the leader of the Democratic Party, and I'm willing to bet maybe 2% of that went to actual victims of police brutality, actual victims in poverty. We all know that, though. Again, I think that most of you that watch this channel are smart, but
Very selfish person. And as far as I'm concerned, he's everything wrong with this country. And so, as far as I'm concerned, don't let the door hit you on the ass. The NBA is collapsing. Its ratings are way down because of all the political correctness. You even got NBA coaches saying they don't watch it anymore because of it.
A lot of discussion around like NBA ratings and like ratings being down. Like, what are the reasons for that? Is it the product? Is it the messaging? Is it other things? Do you have any thoughts on that? Is it a conversation you pay attention to at all? And do you have any thoughts on maybe how the game is discussed or sold that maybe is contributing to it?
No, I mean, I add to that. I don't watch NBA games, so I'm just as much a problem as anyone else is.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't like watching the games.
And so I see the NBA, the NFL, Hollywood as all of it as a sick distraction that mesmerized America while our country was hijacked by the globalists. And part of this great awakening is people basically turning it off. I'm sure if professional sports stops promoting DEI and transgenderism and taking knees during the national anthem, it'll become popular again. But at the end of the day, it's just like the Roman Colosseum. Bred in circuses. I love sports. It's fine to be in sports. It's okay to be into sports some, but when your country and the world is on the verge of nuclear war, the average man only caring about sports is sick. So at the end of the day, these so-called idols, because they can put a ball in a basket or run a ball down the field, is really a distraction from the real heroes in our world that fight for freedom, that take care of their...
I completely agree. Again, this is an MMA channel. I'm fans of a lot of fighters, but at the end of the day, these big things going on, you can talk about Russia, Ukraine, you can talk about what's going on in the Middle East, and really all this shit that has happened over the last 5 years, I'd say. One, the media censors half of the discussion, which, again, I'm not telling you what side to be on. I'm telling you, do your own research, make your own opinion, and have your own beliefs. You are an individual. You are not part of a collective, right? That's the problem with a lot of people now. That's been the problem with politics now, I'd say, over the last decade, is that, you vote this person, so you need to agree with everything that this party does. You don't like this party, so you can't like anybody on that side. It's so stupid, and it's used to hide things like Diddy, things like Epstein. These major stories that us as people should be aware of. Especially when it's something that harms children. I think that, nobody's going to disagree with me on that point, right? Well, let's continue.
Families that work so hard and who are ethical. So for myself and the entire crew, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we'll continue to watch the collapsing house of cards in and around Pedogate that is bringing down the globalist, and Mayorkas coming out yesterday and saying, it's not my job, it's not our jurisdiction to care about kidnapped or missing kids.
ICE was also unable to account for more than 32,000 unaccompanied kids who failed to appear in court from 2019 to 2023, according to the report we read. The incoming border czar, Tom Homan, says these children are being exploited and trafficked. Is that true?
Well, we certainly, Margaret, we certainly have received reports of children being trafficked, even those as to whom we know where they are. That is outside the responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security. What we do is we turn children over within 72 hours, as the law requires, to the Department of Health and Human Services, and then HHS places those children.
When it's in the federal law.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna go off. This is gonna be a longer video, so if you're staying around, thank you. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm fed up with this shit, right? Because, you know, you're told you need to vote for these people. You know, up here it's way fucking worse, dude. We've had the same guy in for, it's gonna be 11 years before our election happens, right? This is fucking ridiculous. Like, you know, this isn't like, you know, a guy going around taking people out. This isn't, you know, terrorism. Both of these things are terrible things. We obviously don't want them to happen. But this is children, dude. Like, majority of you who watch my channel are aged 18 to 35. I'm sure that some of you are parents or uncles, you know. If you're not, you have maybe younger siblings like me. This is fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, unfucking Like, how is it that people are content with being like, you know, alright, I get that these people have done nothing for me. Nothing for my country, except sell it out, put these celebrities in a position where they cover for them, where the media censors any bit of criticism, whether it's true or not. It should be out there. Again, free speech. Apparently we have that. I know Justin Trudeau isn't a big fan of it. I know the Democrats aren't a big fan of it. This is fucking ridiculous.
Law that's their jurisdiction, and they helped complete the smuggling, stop the DNA testing, and delivered tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of children around the country to so-called sponsors with no paperwork or no evidence. That is criminal. And when you and I fly back into the country, they ask us questions. When you're flying with your family, they ask your kids, is this your daddy? Is this your mommy? And they should, to make sure that you're not trafficking and to stop trafficking. But when you're smuggling in kids, they don't want to see any paperwork. They don't want to do any DNA testing. You can't prove it's your kid. And we know many of them end up in slave labor and sex trafficking. So we can ask all day, you know, it was LeBron James involved in creepy stuff with P Diddy. He certainly said the parties were the best, but we don't know that. But we do know Mayorkas has committed the greatest human trafficking and sex smuggling in modern history in front of the world. And the incoming border czar, Tom Homan, has said Trump has greenlit criminal investigations of the grassroots traffickers up to the NGOs, the nonprofits, the for-profits, and the State Department and DHS. So that is good. But at the same time, I don't want to distract with theorizing about LeBron James and P Diddy. You know, it's okay to look at it. It's okay to research it, but we don't know for sure yet, though it's looking interesting, especially if he does flee the country, as I've been told. But regardless, the proof is Mayorkas and what they did. And Joe Biden's daughter, you know, in her diary saying, hey, I think my dad molested me in the shower. I mean, that's where we know this is really going on. And so we need to continue to not just investigate, but to call for the deep state's prosecution for human trafficking, child sex slavery, and more. Now, those are some heavy topics, but the children that are still in bondage and others right now are praying for God to deliver them, and God works through us to get out there and get that done. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much. It's time to take action.
All right. So what do we have for time here? 24. You know what? I'm gonna make this a longer video. Whether you guys like it or not, I don't give a fuck. Just kidding. But you know, like I said before, LeBron James is a role model to millions and millions of kids around the world, adults even. Like, he was drafted, what, 2004? I think he was, drafted same year as Ovechkin. That's how I remember it. Dude, the celebrities fleeing the country, they can say it's over Trump, but they said it last time. They all stayed in America. Like, maybe one or two left. Then you have Ellen DeGeneres, right? Who had Diddy on multiple times. Had Diddy on when she had young children around. Maybe she didn't notice. But again, they made it sound like she was at those parties on her show. They were alluding to the after party at the hotels. They were alluding to, this secret stuff that will never get out, which is now out in the public. But like, dude, LeBron James is a once in a lifetime athlete. We have people like that in every sport, right? In MMA, you got John Jones, Alex Pereira, Pantoja up there. We have Khabib, we have Islam Makhachev, we have Ilya Topuria. NHL, you got Sidney Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid, Matthews. Whatever sport you want to talk about, there are generational talents who make an impression not only on children as athletes, but as people, right? They they want to do everything that you do, right? And it's same way if you have a kid around you, they are impressionable to you. But Ellen moving, Leonardo moving, now LeBron moving. Nothing's proven, right? But it makes you wonder. Like I said, they all said they were gonna leave the country when Trump got in, but they only leave the country when the stuff with Diddy happens. They did the same thing when Epstein, the Epstein case happened. I do agree with Alex Jones on the fact that I do not think that Diddy will make it in prison. There are, rumors that he might be getting out. But again, with the whole Ciroc thing, I feel like prison is best case scenario for him. In that situation, again, he cost BlackRock billions of dollars. But you gotta hold these people accountable. You gotta be objective with, the influence. I fucking hate that word. The influencers you look at, or the celebrities, the athletes, whoever you look up to, you don't know their personal life. You don't know what happens behind closed doors, right? And with LeBron most likely not going back to the NBA. Again, he did say he was going to retire when he's 40. He turns 40 next year, I'm pretty sure. But anybody involved with this shit better go down. And I know that some people are going to get away with it. Same way people who were clients of Epstein got away with it. It's crazy, man. We're going to have to see what happens. But that's really all I got. Again, I wasn't expecting to make this video. But I watched Jesse Empire's video, well, a portion of it. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. But I wanted to give my live reaction to this. But let me know in the comments, what did you think about what Alex Jones said. What do you think about the reports of LeBron leaving America and all these other celebrities? And yeah, other than that, that's all I got. Later.